Hey, good morning, everyone. It's DK with Adventures in Dirt. Give me 1 second. Let me do something real quick. Welcome, welcome. All right. Hey, I thought I had everything prepared, but best laid plans. I wanted to shut my door. It's pretty early here in Colorado, and most of my family's still asleep. But hey, I want to welcome you to my live stream. Hey, welcome. Boy, this 24-hour live stream is absolutely kicking off. For those of you that have been able to stay up all night long, just amazing. I'm telling you. Some hardcore people hanging in there all night long. I'm telling you. Pretty cool of Paul over at American Woodland Relics and Nancy over at Ambient Girl Digs to put this on the 24-hour live stream here with all these metal detecting channels. Absolutely amazing. Just looking in the chat right now, and people are coming in left and right. Really appreciate you guys coming over and showing support, not only for my channel, but for everyone here that is live streaming today. This is going to be awesome. Let's talk about the lineup here a little bit. We just had Gene and the other Gene over there at We Dig It, all the way from St. Croix in the U.S. Virgin Islands. How cool is that they can be all the way there, over there? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful area, beautiful island, and still broadcast live to us here, to all of us here in the States and beyond, and over in the UK and Canada, and all of us watching today. I want to welcome you here to my live stream, my little 2-hour segment here. We're going to have some fun. I'm telling you, I've got some friends stopping by, and I have got, we're going to play some games. We might do some giveaways. It's going to be a cool time. So sit down, grab yourself some coffee, grab yourself something to drink. It's snack. We're going to have some good times here. For those of you that showed a lot of concern for me, I just want to let you guys know that I really appreciate it. I'm feeling better. I'm feeling not quite 100%, but enough to do this, right? I mean, a week ago, I wasn't able to do this at all. And I just really want to thank everyone that showed their concern, reached out to me, and wished me well as I was going through this really weird sort of nerve thing I've got going on, but feeling so much better. I mean, yesterday I was probably at like 70%, 90% maybe, so just really feeling really good, feeling about the same way today. So we'll get through this 2 hours, no problem. And I got some friends coming along to help me. So I just want to look in the chat room real quick and see who's showing up here. Boy, a lot of people showing up here. I'm using StreamYard for the first time today. Today's the first time for the StreamYard. And it's interesting. There's a lot of control panel here going on. One of the things I actually don't like about it is in the comments section, like I can do stuff like I can highlight people's comments. That's really cool. I really love that. But it's really hard for me to acknowledge them in many other ways as I do over if I had the stream running on YouTube. Right now I don't. I just have the StreamYard stream running. And I'm broadcasting live on Facebook and on YouTube. So for those of you watching on Facebook, I want to welcome you. I can see down in the comments kind of who's coming over from Facebook, who's coming over from YouTube. So that's pretty cool. It's just saying Facebook user, though, so it's not actually giving me the name of the people over on Facebook, which is kind of a thing. And also on StreamYard, I can't make people moderators. Like I want to make Nancy a moderator, and Marlon over at Mayor Videos, I want to make him a moderator. So I'm going to have to jump over to YouTube to do that real quick. And so what I want to do is I actually want to bring on my first guest. First guest today is Patrick. He's with Amphibious Detecting. Patrick, hey, welcome to the stream, man. Good to see you.
How's it going?
Good, man. Good. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for doing this with me. Hey, while I go take care of some of this stuff over here on making some people some moderators and stuff, why don't you go ahead and tell some people a little bit about Amphibious Detecting, what you're about, kind of where you hunt, and what kind of things you're looking for.
Sure. So I live in upstate New York. I'm just south of Saratoga, and I've been doing this a couple years now. I hunt pretty much anything. So the amphibious name comes from the fact that I also do underwater metal detecting a good portion of the year. And in the summertime, I'm probably diving 20 to 30 hours a week looking for stuff. And underwater, it's like the last untapped potential, the last ground that's ever been hunted. Because on land, I don't care where you go. A lot of people say, oh, this has been detected before, and maybe it was 30 years ago. Maybe they didn't do a good job. Well, the water, very, very few people have been there, if any at all. So My main the time period I like to hunt the most is definitely the kind of turn of the century, 1800, 1900s period of time. The lake I live on, which is outside the window here, that was really developed around that period of time, around by Schenectady Railway. And Schenectady Railway was an electrified trolley system that ran from Schenectady, which was, if you've ever heard of it, probably because it's the headquarters of GE at the time. And they went up to Saratoga, which is a really famous for the Saratoga battlefield during the American Revolution, as well as they have horse tracks there and stuff like that. So
Yeah, the lake looks beautiful. Like you sent some shots of the lake, and it's absolutely beautiful.
Well, thank you. There's underwater can be a little tough here. I know that, like, I've gone out with swinging down on metal detecting. We've done rivers and stuff. Much cleaner water in a river than there is in a lake because of all the sediment that gets kicked up while you're doing it. So aesthetically, I think rivers are probably a better way to go. Hi, Marlon. And I don't know. I just love finding stuff here. The stuff that comes out of the water, I'll tell you, it's like the day it was dropped. Some of these things, I swore probably last year, early in the summer, that I found a gold coin because I had pulled an Indian out of the mud, and it was almost like it went through a buffer. It was reflective, like mirror finish. I would never have suspected that could ever happen. And now that it's been out of the water a while, it's kind of oxidized some, but it's still, the surface is like polished. So that's really what I'm about and what I'm looking for.
No, that's awesome. So can you see the chat? Are you watching the chat today?
Yeah, I'm trying to. There's like 3 seconds or so between it.
Yeah. Help me shout some people out. So, of course, like I said, Marlon with Merrill Videos is in there. Park Rat Pat, I see him kind of history revisited. Want to say hello to you. And Paul, of course, one of the originators of this 24-hour stream, came in. American Woodwind Relics. Good to see you. Who do you see in the chat?
I see Kay's digging it, and Mama's gone detecting. We've got Shaycasters and Drum Detect, American Woodland Relics. Nancy's in there. Yeah, I think that was mentioned. Straight Up Metal Detecting. Frederick Romano. How about Razier's Treasure Hunting Emporium? I like that.
Yeah, Risers. Yeah, Charlie. Good to see you, man. I see History Revisit. I mentioned him before. Where did I just see?
Mark Thomas just became a copper level supporter.
Oh, really? Hey, awesome, man. That's right. Mark, thank you so much. And for the rest of you out there that have joined my membership program, I really want to appreciate you. Appreciate you guys coming along to support the channel. That's something that started not too long ago, the memberships program. There's all these different tiers, the levels of support that you guys can go to help support me here on the channel. But there is, I tried to kind of make those tiers to give back some perks to you guys for helping support the channel, and I give some stuff back to you, and each level's kind of got an increased thing. So Mark Thomas, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Again, on StreamYard, you can't see things like that. Like before, when I would stream, what's that?
You just got Kay's digging it on there as well.
Kay, thank you so much. Shout that out for me, because on the StreamYard here, it does show me all the comments. And so I'm watching. I wish I could turn my camera. Well, I guess I could probably do that, share my screen. But
what I've been doing, I don't know if you have the ability to do it, but on YouTube, you can pop out the chat into a separate window, and that's how I'm watching it.
Okay, because I'm just watching the chat right now on StreamYard, but I could actually bring up the control panel for YouTube. But hey, let's get into a game real quick, and while you're doing that, I'll pull that up. And we're going to play a game right now. We're called, there's actually a channel out there called this, and it's a brilliant channel, but I'm going to call the game show this. It's a little game show I like to call What the Beep. Wish we had some like bumper music, some What the Beep, bop, bop, bop. But yeah, What the Beep. What we're going to do is some of my guests coming in today are going to show you an item. They're going to show you an item, and in the chat room, I want you guys to discuss and say what you think it is. Pat knows. All my guests are going to know what the item is, and I asked them all to bring an item that is not so obvious when they show it to you. So, Pat, what's your first item? Go ahead and throw your first item up there, and I'm going to go over to my control panel.
This one shouldn't be too difficult. I don't want to. It's early, so let's not stump people too much.
Okay.
But that is the first one.
All right. Show all sides of it and stuff, and see if people can figure out what that is.
I'll hold it like this. There's black spray paint all over my fingers, by the way. That's not me painting my nails, although, use whatever narrative you want.
Got it.
This is one of these instances where you're spray painting something and the nozzle just explodes.
Got it. Excellent. Yeah, I can see it all now. Thanks, guys. I appreciate the support. Metal Detecting 207, amazing, guys. You guys are supporting the channel is just is incredible. And I hope to increase the amount of stuff that I put out there for you guys. I've got a few things out there for you now, but I definitely intend on increasing on that. So yeah, the pop-out chat's cool. Let me just make sure I'm down here.
Metal Detecting 207, welcome to the copper level supporter.
There you go, man. Welcome. Okay, so what do we got? Anybody? Everyone's saying horse strap guide, belt buckle, watch fob, a medal of some kind, watch fob, a pendant, strap guide. Boy, some good guesses coming in here. Mm-hmm. What do you want to give any kind of hint? You want to give any kind of hint to that? And people are still joining too, so maybe show that again. And
well, let's see, what would be a good hint for that?
Yeah. I guess they can see that it's some kind of horse.
Two horses on there, but I don't know if that would help you in any way to identify what it is.
Yeah, that hinge has some kind of hint to it.
Yeah. This is what's important about it for sure.
How many items you got with you today?
I've got as many as you want.
You know, these are some of my favorite finds, right? And then you guys let me know in the chat if you think this too, but the finds that you don't automatically know what they are, those are the things that thrill me the most, especially if there's some kind of marking on it or if there's some kind of name on it. Oh my gosh, that just thrills me so much. We were talking about that the other day. So what do you think of chassis belt key holder cover? Wow. Park Rat Pat, bringing the heat.
Like where the head's at, I guess. I don't know.
All right. Let me see. All right, why don't you go ahead and send this one out? Let's see who was right out there in the chat room.
Yeah, this is a watch fob. So those of you that said watch fob, you're 100% right.
Ding, ding, ding. Boy, a number of them said watch fob. Good guess. So what on that little hinge end? It would that's what it would hook to.
Yeah, so that would attach to the strap that would attach to your pocket watch, and this would, it would dangle out of your pocket so you could retrieve your watch. That's what that little pocket for is on your pants, by the way, on your right side. I looked that up years ago because I'm like, why is there a little pocket there? What do we use it for? It's amazing it still survives.
Wow. Yeah, Monk Cheetah said, I find stuff I don't know all the time. That's fun, though, man. That's great. And then you go do the research. And like, if you're like me, when you start doing the research, it leads you into all kinds of other stuff that you just never knew existed. Like, oh, that's not it. But, boy, I can't wait to find one of those. You know what I'm saying? So what kind of cool, you had a video on your channel. You had a video on your channel recently that absolutely blew me away. Can you pull up that short real quick? Do you have the ability to do that? Maybe you can share that.
I don't know how to share things.
Here, let me pull that up over here. You go ahead and tell people about this. You know which one I'm talking about, right?
Yeah. The light bulb.
The light bulb. So tell people about this light bulb. So Pat's out digging. He's doing some bottle digging.
Yeah. So we got a lot of snow here. I mean, typically my Alamo situation in the winter is that I'll cut a hole in the ice and go underwater metal detecting once the snow starts to accumulate on land and it's too frozen to do anything. But we actually got something like two feet over the course of a week, and it froze. There was like freezing snow and ice with it. So even getting the chainsaw down into the ice it was too much work. So up the road here, I found a bottle dump, and I think it was probably used up until the 40s when municipal garbage collection started. And I live on a kind of interesting street. It's this whole area was carved out by a glacier 20,000 years ago. So there's a shale kind of canyon behind and on the other side. So the lake's over here, and then there's swamp over here. So we're kind of on a peninsula. Well, on the swamp side, everyone's treated that like a garbage can for 100 years.
Yeah.
So I found all this stuff on Earth Day. I was cleaning up the side of the road, and I was picking up bottles, and I'm like, man, these just keep going. So it goes back to like the 1890s, and amazingly, once you get through 12 inches of frost, you can dig bottles again.
Yeah.
I started digging there, and in the past, I found complete light bulbs there, and this time I found a complete light bulb as well, and I kind of got an idea.
Yeah. Check out this short real quick. It's only 38 seconds long. Watch this.
There's no sound.
No sound yet. So he finds this old light bulb. I don't know how to start the sound up.
That's all right. Yeah, so I found
Two
this
more.
light bulb, and I got the idea because the filament on it's massive. I'm like, well, it's not a broken filament. Let's try it out, you know?
100-year-old GE light bulb.
Yeah, old GE light bulb right here.
Buried in the ground for 100 years. Bah!
Now, I didn't let it run very long because I was a little concerned that if there was any moisture inside that bulb at all, it might explode my face. But
that's amazing, man. That is just absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Good job, man. I love that short. It's just it's perfect for that shock value. You know what I mean? You're like, oh, is it really gonna happen? But yeah.
I didn't know if it was gonna work, but heck, I guess it did. So that's it.
Hey, while you guys are watching the stream today, feel free to leave me send some questions. It's hard for me to watch the chat, but I'll tell you what, in the description of my live stream, there's a link down there that'll take you to a Google form that'll allow you to fill that out, ask your questions, post your questions there, and I have that up on the screen over to my right. So if questions come in, I can definitely see that. So questions for me or my guest today. I've got a number of friends joining me, so it should be a fun time. But yeah, what do you think of this 24-hour live stream? It's pretty cool. It started yesterday around, 5 or so Eastern time, and it's running all the way to this evening.
I don't know how Marlon's awake. He did a 3 a.m. Guy's bionic.
There's a bunch of people that have been troopers and have just stayed up and just said, go ahead and go for it. You know what I mean? Gabriel Barlow wants to know, how do you not freeze Adventures in the Dirt? Well,
nuclear powered.
What's that?
I'm nuclear powered.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you watch Pat's videos, it's pretty cool. Like, he does a lot of underwater, under ice, frozen lake searching, and I know his neighbors all around the lake have to be looking at him like, there's that crazy guy again out there in that dry suit going under the ice. You crazy there, Pat?
Well, I don't dive under the ice. I usually use they're called like a Mustang survival suit. They're built by this company Mustang, and they go on essentially what the Coast Guard gives them to crab fishermen and stuff like that. So if you've ever seen these guys walking around the decks of crab boats, they're not wearing them. Those are a lighter duty version of this. And when they go in the water, if you ever see them floating around when the ship sinks with yellow suits on, that's what they are. They're rated so that you can survive something crazy like 8 hours in Arctic water.
Wow.
So you don't even feel it. It's the strangest thing. If you ever have the opportunity, like a lot of fire departments have one, if you ever have the opportunity to use one, use it and hop in the lake when it's frozen. It's like the most therapeutic experience.
Yeah. You see that comment from Brian Kirsterson?
I don't know. It
says, I put it up on the screen. It says, has he contacted GE to tell them about his light bulb story? You want to tell that story?
I didn't personally contact GE. Ken sent it to like the vice president, the president's uncle. Like, I had a couple people that were in love with that and sent it out to a bunch of people, but I never heard anything back from them. But yeah, maybe the reason they didn't hear back is because they know, like, man, we just can't build them like they used to.
I did, man. I hit them all up. I tell you what, I found the president of the marketing department for GE and their research department, their power division. Like, I found them all. The president of GE, I found them all, and I sent them links to his short and just said, hey, you want to talk about showing evidence of your motto that GE, what's their motto? Their motto is building stuff that works. I think that's their motto. And I was like, you want to back that up? So in my mind, I had, an image of GE contacting Pat and be like, hey, man, we want to use you in our next commercial. Because does everyone agree with that? Like, does that not say quality? Like, 100-year-old light bulbs surviving in the ground, pull it out of the ground after being underneath the earth for 100 years, surviving all that pressure, all that different movement, plug it in and it works. To me, that was just amazing to me.
I found a bunch of light bulbs in there too. I'm going to have to wait till it thaws out because it makes me wonder if any of the other ones worked.
And
they ask me, like, why would someone throw away a good light bulb? And I don't have a good answer to it, to be honest. I don't know if the lamp died or they took the contents of a garage that used to be there and tossed everything over the hill. There was a lot of personal items in there. I think some of the coolest things I had found where they had a 1930s Marx train set in there, and it was not marks in the sense that it was O scale or like Lionel size. It was very small. Like it all came in a box. Really neat little set.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think
It was amazing. I think the only people that responded, and it was just a like, was their power division, their power and research division.
They're right down the street.
Yeah, but I tell you, man, we tried. We definitely tried. Tried to get some people over to give you some traction on that. Hey, let's bring up a next item, Pat, on our show. We're calling "What the Beep." That's right. All my guests today are bringing items with them that you might not know what it is to look at it, but they know the story on it, and we're going to have you guess in the chat room. Pat, what's the next item?
This one's very difficult, right? So this on the bottom, it says 60 at the top, 4 in the middle, and then side path Saratoga on the bottom. Now, the fact that it says Saratoga doesn't matter. It's the side path part that matters. This little piece over here is the manufacturer name out in Rochester. But you can see that it's aluminum, right? I can tell you that it was made in the 1880s, 1890s.
Ooh, good hints. What do you guys think? Somebody's saying seal, skate key, Drummond detects says steel. Nick Haas says skate key. Train seal says Drummond detect. Some kind of seal. What do you guys think? Look at that thing. Aluminum. It's got numbers on it. It's not a toothbrush. Hey, good morning, Rob. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining me here at Adventures in Dirt. We've got Patrick with Amphibious Detecting on with us as our guest right now. I got some other friends stopping by a little later, but he's showing you an item right now. And in the chat, I want you guys to try and guess what it is just by looking at it. It's something he's dug, and he didn't know what it was, but he does now. What do you guys think? Gabriel Marlowe says, looks like modern junk.
There's a good story behind it. There's 3 holes. There's one here, there's one here, and there's one here.
Metal Detecting 207 says safety deposit box key. Luggage bag seal. People are guessing. People are putting some stuff in there. You got any other kind of hint?
It's not railroad related.
Ear tag for cattle? No.
That's
Good morning.
Not it either.
Okay, what do you guys think?
This is a tough one.
Hotel key?
It's an interesting little bit of history, and some of you may find these at some point.
Dark Knight Detector says security seal. I'd say the back bends on itself and goes through the slot.
Well, he's right about how it works, but almost right about how it works.
So would you say it's some kind of tag? Somebody saying a fish tag?
It is a type of tag.
License plate?
Monk Cheetah is the closest.
Monk Cheetah says license plate. So I can play this game too because no one has told me anything about what their things are. So I can guess too. Is that going on a little bike? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Oh, what did I win? What did I win?
I want you to take your right hand. It's the action.
Good job, Ken.
So,
good job. Here's your trophy.
So the side path, all right, some of you may come across these tags at some point, but before the trolley system became popular, there was a very short window of time in American history where bicycles were how everyone got around, even from city to city. So this is like 1880s, 1890s, and they created these big networks that would go hundreds of miles called tow paths, and they were a tolled bicycle path. So you would go and buy a registration tag, and you would screw this onto the front of your bicycle, and that would allow you to go from place to place. Now, in my area, the side path system went away. Not tow paths; they're called side paths. That's what it says on there. So the side path system went away when the trolleys were built, and they ran the rails right over the old bike lines.
Yeah.
So that was gone right around 1904.
Yeah.
But 1899, I think, or 1898, they started building trolleys, and then by 1904, that thing was completely gone.
Wow. Hey, Gus wanted to jump in and say hi. Say hi to everyone, Gus. Hey, Gus. He just woke up. He had to come in and say hello to me. Oh, good job. So who was closest with that?
Well, I think Cheetah was the closest there.
Cheetah was closest. I wish I had,
maybe someone else was, but I couldn't. It's hard for my eyes to keep up with this chat.
Yeah, I was looking. So if I'm wrong about that and somebody else was closer, let me know. But Good job. Good job, Cheetah. Monk Cheetah. Good job. Hey, good morning to Digging Canuck. Want to say hello to Liz. Welcome into the live stream here. J3B. All the Canadians are coming in. Everyone just must be waking up. Welcome to the live stream here at Adventures in Dirt. And got some friends stopping in to see us here today. And you got another one for us, Pat, real quick?
Sure. This one should be a little bit easier. Less
here we go.
But you can see there's a design right there. There's the shape.
Ooh. All right, everyone, check that out. This is What the Beep. You guys tell me what you think it is in there. You know, these finds that we find that we can't easily identify are some of the favorite finds of mine. That's why I asked all my guests to bring them today. And I don't know what they are either, so I can play the game. What do you guys think? Drummond Detect says trigger guard. Riser says trigger guard. J3B says it's a metal something or other. A Gib. Well, Cade put something in and then she retracted it. Nick Haas says a drawer pull cap. Drawer pull says ambient girl digs. Trigger guard says treasure hunting with Swifty. Gun guard says fun with dirt. What do you think? Knuckle guard says park rat Pat.
We've got some correct answers.
Oh, really? Okay. What do you think? Go ahead and reveal it. What is that?
That is a trigger guard off an old musket.
An old musket trigger. Where did you find that?
The Low Country, South Carolina.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
When were you digging in the Low Country?
That was this weekend last year.
Huh.
Yeah, I was down there for a Larry Cisna hunt, which is going on right now. But I'm a teacher, so leaving for any reason out of New York State when we have these travel restrictions isn't going to happen.
Right. Man.
Next year, though.
Next year. Yeah, I would love to get over to the Carolinas and dig either north or south. The Low Country would be fun. I'd love to go there and see my buddy Greg with, digging some history.
I mean, it's one thing, like, the stuff that comes out of the lake comes out in excellent condition, but there's no patina. The stuff down there out of that sand comes out with patina, and it's flawless. It's unbelievable the condition stuff comes out.
Yeah. Boy, you know, I'm using this StreamYard for the first time, and I'm liking some aspects of it. Gone Diggin says SC Digger. Thanks, Matt. But, you know, you see the comment on the screen right now is from Facebook user. When I'm broadcasting live on Facebook group and on my Facebook page, as well as YouTube, and it's able to do that, which is great. But when people comment over there, it doesn't tell me who it is. And maybe that's a setting I've got to do. I don't know.
They think it's a metal detecting plane, which is good, right? I mean, it's not a metal detecting plane. That's what.
That's right. Well, hey, man, you guys ever go check out Pat's channel, Amphibious Detecting. He's got a lot of great videos over there. Some good shorts he's putting out lately and stuff. I mean, I'm telling you, that light bulb video, if GE does not contact him, and somebody earlier said they don't even need to edit it. They can just throw that right in. You know, that's Super Bowl material right there. Can you imagine that during the Super Bowl, Pat, where they're just like, GE, we build things that last. Yeah, I think it's coming, man. They got to do something. I think they're probably having meetings about it right now, Pat, and they're going to contact you and be like, hey, man, you know.
They'll offer me an extended warranty on it.
Yeah.
Call me about my old light bulb warranty.
Yeah. Excellent. Well, hey, I appreciate you coming on with me today. We got our next guest showing up in the thing. Pat, you're welcome to hang out. I think you said you were going to go do some digging or go get on some stuff. But if you change your mind, you'd like to jump back on with us, you have the link. You're welcome to jump back on anytime. But I want to thank you for being my guest here at Adventures in Dirt and bringing some good things for us to look at, and keep up the good work out there, buddy. I appreciate your friendship and all the communicating we do offline about metal detecting and YouTube.
Hey, man, have a great day and good luck with your stream. Thanks for having me on. And thanks to all of you for joining.
All right, man. We'll see you. Beep. Okay. Yeah. Patrick with Amphibious Detecting, great guest, great person to have on. But hey, it's 6:30 my time. It's 8:30 your time if you're on the East Coast. I want to welcome you all here to Adventures in Dirt for my 2-hour run here at this 24-hour live streaming event that put on by Paul over at American Woodwind Relics and Nancy over at Ambient Girl Digs. I want to thank those of you that are being my moderators today in here, Marlon with Mayor Videos and Nancy. Appreciate you guys doing this. I want to thank everyone that come in and joined my membership program. Thanks for supporting my channel. I really appreciate that. It goes to a great cause. It takes a lot of effort for those of us that make YouTube videos. We all know it takes a lot of effort and sometimes money to kind of put some stuff out, equipment and stuff like that. And I just want to thank everyone for doing that. And also everyone that wished me well while I was not feeling well over this past week. Boy, the outpouring of love was really great. And I just want to tell you a heartfelt thank you so much for your well wishes and your concern. It really did move me. So many of you reached out and I appreciate that. But I'm feeling much better for those of you that were concerned, feeling much better, especially today, yesterday and today, really huge improvements. I'm starting to come down off my meds because I don't like taking all those medicines. So it's a good thing when that happens, when things start moving on and I can start reducing those meds. But hey, I want to bring on my next guest. My next guest, a good buddy of mine. We've had a chance to get together, but we chat all the time. I want to welcome to the show Matt with Gone Digging. Matt, how you doing, man?
Good morning, man. Super early for you.
Yeah, not too bad. My family just woke up, so now I can let it fly. I was trying to keep a little quiet. My dog's up now. My wife's up. So
Right
good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, I got a little coffee going. Absolutely. I just got off work. I've been up since about 3 this morning, so we're keeping it fresh.
Yeah. So I can't imagine that anybody on this stream doesn't know who your channel is, but Matt, in case there is, tell us about Matt Gone Digging and what you're up to and what kind of things you get into.
Oh man. So my channel has Gone Digging on YouTube. I have it in a couple other places. I've been doing a little TikTok, playing with that. I have an Instagram and playing on some other different social media aspects right now. But Ken, I'll be honest, my channel's kind of really low right now. I won't say I've let it go. I just haven't put my focus into it. I've been working on a really big story, really something that's going to pretty well shock the treasure hunting community. And I can actually let it all out there now. If you guys are a subscriber of American Digger magazine, the cover story is a lot of gold coins. I don't know if anybody's gotten their American Digger in the mail yet, but I've been working on not a feature length, but probably a mini documentary from a find off the Treasure Coast in Florida. Our gentleman found about 25 gold escudos, about 80 silver coins, shipwreck coins, somewhere in the neighborhood of about $500,000.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So we've been slowing down on the channel, but we've been doing a lot of other cool stuff. So
yeah, well, I've been seeing, even though if you slow down, you're still active, man. You're still active. And I mean, everyone, there's a lot of YouTubers here in this chat room, of course, that make videos themselves, and they all know how hard it is to go gather content and gather footage, put it together, get all that stuff done. And then you add in stuff like other social media and membership program that you're trying to take care of, and just all the other stuff that comes along with it. And as your channel grows, you get more and more interaction with your subscribers and people that love the content you put out. And it takes a lot. It takes a lot to stay on top of that. And on top of, like you and I do, hold down full-time jobs. You know what I mean? Like you've been working all night.
Yeah,
and you're joining us here this morning.
Job part-time, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I like to think about it.
Yeah.
But, I think it's cool that everybody is here supporting this kind of thing. And we have some ebbs and flows with my channel, and I think that's the way of the world. You can't be 100% social all the time. So you got to pull back sometimes and work on some projects that you want to work on. Mm-hmm. And but in the end, I really hope that I hope that it's a meaningful story for the person I'm going to tell it for. So, but man, just nice. I'd like to get back in the live stream and hanging out and doing this stuff. It's just,
Yeah.
I've got a little small person, as people know, who keeps me really busy as well.
She's a beauty, man. You
So.
keep posting pictures and watching her grow. I mean, we were all there for her when she was born, and and we're rooting you on. And I remember when I first became a father, I mean, there's not another feeling like it. And until you experience it, it's hard to describe. But then it just keeps growing. Like, you think it couldn't get any better than that, but you're seeing it as she keeps growing up, and every new step of development, you're just prouder and prouder and prouder and more in love and more in love. And it's fun to watch. You release little video. I'm like, whoa, look how big she's getting. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's fun to look back on the things that happened last year. I'll tell you a quick story. So yesterday we were out while I was not yesterday, but the day before. It was a beautiful day in Virginia. It was like mid 50s, and we were out playing on the swing set. We were having fun, and I saw a bird nest on the ground, and I said, "Hey, Adeline, come look at this." And she walks over and she goes, "Oh, nest, birdie lives there."
Oh,
And I was like, Where, how'd you learn that? Like, there's so many things that she just absorbs that I just had no clue about. And it's one of those fun things about being a dad I had no experience of.
yeah. Yeah. Hey, can you see the chat? Are you able to see the chat from where?
I can.
Yeah,
There's some cool folks in here. Copperhead Joe's here. Tony, Nancy, Ski Searcher. There's a lot of great folks. Some new folks I don't know, or maybe I do, but just not. I don't see as often. Kay's here.
Yeah.
Hurricane Alley. Yeah, it's Jim Steele. Drum Detect. Digging Isle with Coin Boy. That's cool. I don't think I met him before. So.
That's what I like about this. With my weekly channel, the Weekly Dirt, I try to. I try to sub to a lot of channels, and I'll be honest with you. I'm one of those people that I'll sub to you, but I don't always watch all the content. I just can't. I think I'm almost to 1,000 channels right now that I sub to, and it's just grown and grown and grown and grown. So what's cool about this is I'll go back after these live streams and go back and watch the chat, because it's hard for me to watch it right now. Mm-hmm. And I'll do that. I'll see some channel that I'm not familiar with, right? And I'll go and I'll right click on or try to look them up and sub them, just because I want to be monitoring. When I do the Weekly Dirt, I go back just a week of time of all my subscribers. So I'll just sort my views by subscribers, go back a week and kind of look for things that are interesting to watch, unless I've watched something through the week that's really caught my eye. And I've got a lot of friends like you and Tony and Pat that was just on, and they'll send me things like, "Whoa, did you see this person?" Deej always does that all the time. "Ken, did you see this? Did you check this out?" And that's always cool, because people give me the heads up. And I'm so excited, Matt, to see what you put together, because I know what a good job you do and how much passion you put into your projects. And I can't wait to see this when it comes out. Like, I know it's going to blow everyone away. I'm really looking forward to that.
So yeah, so I've gotten. I spent 4 days in Florida. We shot 3 interviews and about 8 hours of location-based stuff. Man, that's the cool part about metal detecting and treasure hunting. And this is like the core of true treasure hunting to me. I feel like metal detecting is kind of treasure hunting, but it's not like putting all your eggs in one basket or going for this huge prize. But some people do. So I guess that's a little weird thing, like personal opinion, but I got to speak with Bill Black. He owns 5 different boats that every year they go out for 70 days a year, and they just dive on Spanish 1715 fleets. And to me, that's like, wow, mind blowing.
It so is, man.
And all the amazing stories he was telling me. I mean, it just opened up this can of worms that is so big and vast to such a regional area of everything, that just really just woke me up to there's this weird underground world of treasure hunters just in Florida alone. So I would love to go do another story just on some of the, some of the personalities that I met down there that were just phenomenal people. But I've got a couple more of these stories in my books. So if you guys, I'll throw this out to anybody out there. If someone has a very in-depth treasure hunting story and they want to make a documentary of it, let me know, because I am very interested in this. I partnered with my brother-in-law. He has Deckler Films. He's based out of Atlanta, and he is a commercial movie maker. And so we've got a little bit of know-how, and the finished product on this, I think you're going to just be blown away by.
Yeah, I'm sure I will. It's interesting as it is. That whole topic, I mean, shipwreck hunting is like the ultimate for adventure. I mean, the whole underwater aspect, right? That's why underwater stuff is so popular these days, is because it's like the last real, frontier. It's so unexplored, and there's so much stuff out there to find. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch and see what you pull from that. But hey, today, all my guests I'm inviting on the show today, I've asked them to bring some items along with them. We're playing a little game called What the Beep. I know there's a channel out there called What the Beep. Good channel. But I decided just to name this little silly game we're doing. But a lot of fun. Each one of my guests are going to bring an item with them. And when you look at it, you might not know exactly what it is, but I want to see you guys in the chat to guess what you think this is. And we'll see who gets closest with it. So chat, Matt, what's your first item you got?
So, I talked to you yesterday. We're going to make this escalating difficulty.
Oh, good.
So for folks who let's start in the mid 1800s. So this is a water find. I'll start with that. Let's go here.
This is a what? A water find?
A water find. Yep. So it doesn't have any patina on it. It is brass. You can see it's got a hole through it. It's got two holes there as well. Some threads, and it's tapered on the end.
Okay.
Really neat item. And
okay. So what do you guys think? People are saying Riser says fuse. Drummond Detect says fuse end. And all these items my guests are bringing, they haven't given me heads up. So actually I can play this game. I think I know what it is. Nick Haas says that's a fuse from a Civil War. Welcome, Adventure Archaeology. Good to see you. And real quick shout out to Mallyman24, MA Lyman24, $2 super chat. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. I really do.
So a couple people got it. Now let's see if you can get a little more specific about it.
Kays says cannon fuse.
Okay.
Monk Cheetah says Orlock. Part of a bomb fuse says Digologist. Boreman fuse says Ski Searcher. Digging Day and Night says Cannonball fuse. What do you think? Any other clues to more specific?
Let's see. How about what side used it? I think everybody pretty much knows it's a fuse.
Mm-hmm. So I'm going to say parrot shell fuse.
Okay.
So I can guess because I don't know what any of these items are, so I can play the game. What do you guys think? Cannon fuse, musket fuse, Borman fuse, says Nick Haas.
Ooh, there we go. Tell you what, I'll even show you an example of it in there.
Kays says Confederate. Naval Cannonball Fuse North says Hurricane Alley Relic Rescue Team.
There we go. Who said Confederate fuse?
First, Kays said Confederate. Hurricane Alley Relic Rescue Team says Naval Cannonball Fuse North. Treasure Hunting with Swifty said Confederates.
Yeah.
Look at that.
There you go.
Man.
There it is in the cannonball.
Oh my gosh.
That is a Confederate fuse adapter. It's actually would have been a paper fuse that slid in here. The bottom of the cannonball would have had a sabot or a wood base on it to keep it in the right direction in the muzzle of the barrel. It was fired. The flash from the muzzle would have lit the paper fuse, which would have gone down and made the cannonball explode.
Oh my gosh.
So there is the example. And this one is actually known as a Confederate side loader. They would have taken this little plug out, filled it full of balls, musket balls, round balls, and then they would have packed it full of powder and put this little plug back.
Oh my gosh.
So there
and
you go.
You found that in the water?
Yeah, this fuse came out of the water. It did. In fact, it came in a impact area that I did not realize was an impact area until I went diving, and I found 3/4 of a hole, one of these on the bottom of the river, about 28 feet underwater.
Yeah.
And if anyone's interested, this one's been defused and drilled.
Oh, thank goodness. Where did you find the cannonball?
The cannonball came out of the same area, just about the fall of Richmond, South Richmond, known as Verina County. Lots of so Richmond fell April 25th, 1865, and there were a number of Confederate forts, and they were firing back and forth before the fall of Richmond, just to try to evacuate. So,
wow,
very cool stuff.
Hey, are you going to the DIV that's coming up here pretty soon?
I am. I'm going. I got to send my check off today. I got the day off that I needed, and probably the last time at Brandy Rock Farm. From what I understand is there's a large areas being bought for preservation, which is good and bad. So mixed feelings on both of those things.
When's that anniversary coming up for DIV? Is that later in the fall?
That'll be the fall digging in Virginia. Yeah.
Yeah.
Number
Are they
50.
doing the registration any differently for that this year because of
They're
the
not.
anniversary?
Are you interested in coming hanging out with me?
I'm always interested, man. I'm going to be cash poor this year. I think my wife and I are buying a house, and it's going to make me really cash poor. So I got all this desire. I just don't have the means. I'm thinking about it.
If you have the days off, I'll get you here. How about that?
Yeah. Oh, thanks, man. I know the last time I came out, first time and only time I've hunted at Digging in Virginia. And for those that you don't know, Digging in Virginia is an event held in Culpeper, Virginia, and they put you on all kinds of old Civil War campsites. And they've been hunted for years, but they keep tilling their things up, and they just can't find everything. So much stuff was left behind. Matt's specialty is digging these pits, and once you get into a pit, it turns into this event. And I got to witness this firsthand. Matt really sort of, led me around and just showed me what digging in Virginia was all about. And I appreciate that. So it was first time in the red dirt, first time digging in Virginia, Civil War relics like that. And the first time I was swinging the GPX.
And you did well. You did really well.
I did. I did. Let me see. I actually have this with me. This is some of the finds I had. Some of the finds I got from digging in Virginia. This is my little box.
Yeah, nice bone handle knife. I remember that. So it's funny. You have something I've never found ever. You found a belt adjuster.
The belt keeper.
Yeah. And I have never found a belt keeper.
What's a belt keeper? Tell people what that is.
It was a Civil War period way to put a hole in your belt to make sure that the belt stayed on one side of the buckle. And it's it's just a neat little personal relic that probably either a soldier just discarded or he broke his belt or was heavily used, and it's pretty cool, man. It's just a neat personal item.
Yeah, it was. That bone handle knife is, I think, my favorite. If you were able to see that real close, it actually had hand carved notches. I know something like that gives me goosebumps when I see it. I mean, it's just a crappy little relic, right? But you get all that stuff a Civil War soldier touched, so that's cool in its own. Every one of those items, a Civil War soldier from back in the day touched. But you get something like that, like a carved bullet or something, which I didn't find when I was out there. But I've got that carved bone handle knife, and who knows if
that.
What's that?
That was something he carried around in his knapsack, and he ate with it.
Yeah, and he customized it, and who knows if those notches mean anything to him or if it was just arbitrary just who knows. But whatever the case, it's so individualized like that, and it gave me goosebumps, and I was glad I was able to bring that back with me from that hunt. I'll never forget that hunt, man. It was a blast.
Yeah, super good time. I love it.
So beyond your project, what do you got coming up?
Aside from the project, we're kind of on the edge of the summer season here. I'm noticing more fields are getting planted. Pretty soon the ticks will come out, and for For folks who aren't in Virginia, I am not a biting insect person. We have a lot of those. I don't know what the allergy they give you now are, like the meat allergy and stuff like that. But I'm a red-blooded American. I want to eat a steak from time to time, and I don't want that allergy.
Yeah.
So I generally start to explore some waterways. The water's still pretty cool right now, but we'll put on some waders and we'll go to some easier spots. And then hopefully by the end of April, we'll be full bore diving, treasure hunting. I'm also working with a group of writers right now to produce a show for Virginia Public Media. So I hope that works out. I think that's a really cool avenue if we can make it work and we can get something that's quality, history based, and people want to see. I think that's a big thing, and I don't think there's enough open public media for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I agree. I have all this desire this year, right? Like when the weather starts getting warm, not only do I want to get out and dig around my own area and stuff, but like I got all these places I want to go. I want to come out and see you. I want to go to DIV. I want to go to, see Paul and Charlie over there in Pennsylvania and all my buddies over there. There's just so many people in that area right there that I could come hang out with and see. And then, I got this itching to get into diving. Like, I never done it, and I want to take lessons and get certified. I want to do all that, and I got people down in Arizona that'd be willing to train me. There's some dive masters down there that'd be willing to certify me and stuff, and I would love to do that. Whether I'd be able to pull it off this year or not, I don't know. But if not this year, definitely next year. And when I do that, I'll probably be talking to you about gear and stuff. So I look forward to that. I know that you're pretty knowledgeable when it comes to gear and stuff. So.
Yeah, it's diving for me has started to be something that, I took the whole idea of metal detecting and going on the land, and then I started edging closer to, I'm not here in Virginia. I believe that a lot of the easy stuff has been picked over, right? It's either developed in housing areas or it was so easy everybody went because you knocked on someone's door, they said go out in the field, and they would say that for everyone. So then I started thinking about where things were a little more difficult to access. So then I started hunting ravines, and there was a lot of stuff left in ravines because guys didn't want to swing on branches to find things. So then I started edging into the water. I was like, well, waterproof machines have been around, but really not really quality ones for very long. So I started hunting the water. And then I got up to about my neck, and I was like, well, there's still signals here. Maybe they're a little deeper. And eventually you're like, all right, well, let's go underwater. So that's kind of how that evolved. But it is the new frontier. It is a considerable amount of risk involved when you start talking about metal detecting and diving and searching for, things, whether it's obstructions, whether it's visibility. The diving that we do is not for the faint of heart, but with a little bit of patience and a little bit of trust, I could teach anybody how to do it.
You guys are in the black water there sometimes, aren't you?
Yeah, that's 99% of what we do. Dark water, big catfish, and it's like, I guess it would be like walking through a haunted forest in the middle of the night because every little bump sometimes will scare you out of your skin.
Yeah, I can imagine. Hey, let's play another round of What the Beep. So I've asked all my guests to bring an item here. He's going to show you the item. You guys guess in the chat room what you think it is. Go ahead, Matt.
All right. So this is older. Look at that thing. What is that?
It's Nessie. Look at that. What is that? All right, everyone in the chat, take a look at that. Matt knows what it is. I don't. Do you? Let me know what you think.
This one is a tough one because this one took me probably almost a year to figure out what it is.
Okay, we got some guesses coming in. Ram Detecting says pipe. M.A. Lyman 24 says teapot spout. Pipe, teapot spout, smoke pipe, pewter. Sea serpent. So where did you find it? Did you say? Did
So
you give us a hint?
I found it in a colonial period home site.
Awesome.
Yeah. So and man, these guys are on point.
Yeah. Hearing aid.
They are on it.
Yeah.
So
teapot spout.
It is a teapot spout.
Ding, ding, ding.
And so you guys nailed it. The cool part about this one I didn't realize is they would put a little reed in here, and that's what made it whistle.
Say that again?
They would put like a little reed right in this little crack right here.
Like a musical reed?
Yeah. And
Wow.
that is actually what made it whistle.
That's amazing.
Yeah, because it would occlude the area here, so they could put it on the wall, put their pot on the stove, and then put the little reed in there or a piece of wood, whatever it was that they stuck in there, and that's why it's got that funny shape. For the longest time, I thought it was one of those hearing devices.
Yeah, right. A? What's that? A? Huh? All right, bring out another one, Matt.
All right,
we only got a few more minutes left with you, so we
got a couple more minutes.
We'll work it
out.
out.
All right, so let's go. What is that?
Oh,
this is a water find, and I wish it would. It is decorative. It's got a flower on here, and there you go. It's got 2 holes punched in it, 3 little holes across here, and that's it. It's brass. It's got a little bit of bend to it. Nothing real fancy.
It's a medieval tongue depressor. No,
medieval.
In America.
So if someone said epaulette, that'd be an itty bitty epaulette there.
Sure would. Like
zipper,
clasp, harder clip. Says Ram Detecting.
I think you mean maybe a garter clip.
Garter clip. Oh yeah. Colonial retainer. Clog. Detecting Chaz says clog strap.
Clog strap.
Yeah. A welly clasp, says Kate digging it. Welly clasp.
What's a welly clasp?
I don't know, but sounds interesting.
It does.
Jeff Buckley says a reed.
Belt keeper.
Belt keeper, says Monk. Mm-hmm.
So for you guys in here, this is a British neck stock buckle.
Okay, you got to explain that one.
So the British had these things they called neck stocks for their officers. They wanted them to have good posture, so they would basically use a tight wounding scarf, and it went on one side, and it's missing the other side, but it would have had 3 little clips on clip, and you had 3 different adjustments, and that's why it's floral. Some of these neck stocks would have been leather as well. So it is British. As close as I can understand, this would be American Revolutionary War period.
Wow. Can you imagine having to be forced into good posture by wearing something like that? Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So
that's crazy.
Yeah, it's took me a while to figure out as well. Really neat little piece. I would love to find the other side, but I guess with many of these things, you don't often find both sides.
That's amazing. Hey, going back to that wellies comment, I should have picked up on it because I've been to England before, but in England and elsewhere, they call boots wellies. You know, bring your wellies. So that's what Case Digging It was talking about.
Somebody said a clog strap.
Yeah.
We do find those, but they're very, very small. And most of the times the ones we find in our colonial period ones are silver.
Yeah.
They didn't. I don't know why they put little pieces of silver on their boots, but that's that.
Yeah.
All right. How about one more?
Yep.
We'll go for another Doug one.
Go for it.
This is a pretty easy one. I feel like it's a pretty easy one.
A matchbook made out of copper. Is it copper?
It's brass.
It's brass. Okay.
Yep.
There you go. What do you guys think? Let me know.
I'll show you. I'll tell you the story behind this as well, because I think this is a cool metal detecting story.
Go for it. Guys, get some guesses going. What do you guys think that is? Made out of brass.
Picture wall hanger.
Key hider.
There you go. A holder, a hanger, key holder. Part of an ammo clip.
It went under their chin to keep their chin up. Coat hook, ammo clip.
So this is we have moved back to the American Civil War period, and this is still along the lines of the British. This is a there you go. Nick Haas got it. It's a British sword bayonet hanger. On certain British rifles, specifically the Enfield at the very beginning of the war, they had these big, long bayonets that were swords that you would clip into the front of your musket. I'm sure it pulled it down, but this is a sword bayonet hanger frog.
Wow.
This one on your belt, and then your sword bayonet hung on this. And it's why it's so large.
Yeah.
My little story about this piece is this is a really neat piece of American history. I dug this in a 1940s yard that I did the research that said troops had been there, and everybody in the entire area had overlooked this little bitty patch. And these nice folks were kind enough to let me go search around their yard, and some of the best things you can find are in the most obvious of places.
That's amazing.
So,
Matt, I want to thank you for coming on with me today. You're welcome to hang out here for the rest of the stream, depending, whatever you want to do, man. It's great. I want to bring on my next guest, though. You think you want to hang out with us a little bit?
Yeah, I can hang out just for a few minutes.
Yeah,
I just want to say thanks for everybody stopping, and thanks for you for doing this. This is super cool. Thanks for everybody waking up early, whether you're in Colorado or here in Virginia.
Excellent.
So, thanks again, DK. I'll hang out over the side.
Yep, yeah. I got Merrill coming next. We're going to add him to the stream right here. Here comes Merrill Kanzanjian with Metal Detecting NYC. Good morning, Merrill. Welcome to Adventures in
Audio
Dirt.
issues.
Audio issues. We can hear you.
I see the talking heads, but
no sound on your end?
not hearing.
Okay. Try and get that solved. I think that's got to be on your end. I show you is good to go. All right. So as soon as he gets this fixed, we will be good to go. Yep.
This is now I'm kind of geeking out. I love hanging out with Merrill and talking to Merrill.
Yeah, when I invited him to come to the show, I told him you were coming on before him. He's like, excellent. He's like, we're doing some things later on, and he said he wanted to chat with you about it. So I'm glad you were able to hang out here with him. I hope he gets his audio issues fixed up here in a minute. We'll continue to stretch. We'll continue to stretch for him.
Yeah, no doubt. No, it's we've got a kind of got a little running challenge going. So I'm interested. It's not really a challenge, but a combination goal. And I haven't been able to follow through on my part, but I'm working on it. I got some great places to go, and I'm really hoping. I want to do the beach thing again sometime this year. And Merrill said he's going to come down for that. That would be in October, but it'll be interesting. We'll see how that goes.
Real quick, I wanted to say hello to Mr. Marmello. Sent me a super chat. I want to thank you for that, buddy. I appreciate that. Awesome. I haven't seen you here on the channel before, so I want to welcome you to Adventures in Dirt and to our live stream. And if you're just joining us, I'm DK with Adventures in Dirt, and we're here part of the 24-hour live stream put on by Paul from American Woodwind Relics and Nancy over at Ambient Girl Digs. And we're part of the 24-hour live stream. We just got done watching Gene and Gene over at We Dig It all the way from St. Croix Island in the U.S. Virgin Islands. Awesome. They did a great job. And next up, we've got Ambient Girl Digs coming on for her portion of the 24-hour live stream. Looking forward to that. But we got another hour here and some great guests coming up. So awesome. So Merrill, are you able to get your audio working? I think he's still working on it.
I wanted to say hi to my friends who are digging over at the Dig Stock Mini in North Carolina.
Yeah.
Ron, just digging life. That's another event I was supposed to go to. I just so much work.
Yeah.
Looks like a great group of people hanging out and having a good time. And, Dig Stock is coming up in the fall too, Ken.
Yeah, it is. That's another one. Darn it! I'm telling you, there's so much opportunity out there, and and did you see some? Like, I think Riley put out a video of that dig stock mini, him walking around. It sure didn't look like a mini to me. There was a good amount of people there, I'll tell you.
Yeah, it was a lot of people, about 250 people attendees, and a lot of good folks. The Chig is there, and
Yeah.
I think Riley's there, American Digger's there.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of good people that are hanging out there. My friends from Florida.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think Brian and Peter put on a good event there, and then the big one in the fall will be just as good. I'm really interested to see how people think about that event after everything. I know they're going to do a good job. We had them on Relics Radio podcast, and they were telling us all the planning they were doing. It's got to, Matt, you got an event planned. You got stuff coming up. What's the status of your event? And tell us about your event, kind of how you had to kind of let that go this year, and then or last year, and then what?
Yeah, so we had we were working in collaboration with Merrill and the Gig Master, and we were going to put on kind of an educational seminar about beach metal detecting, give away a bunch of metal detectors, make it family friendly. It would be centered around Virginia Beach, Virginia. Every year they have an event called the Neptune Festival. About 100,000 people go and hang out on the beach. We centered our event after the that large group of people there, expecting there would be a lot of finds and a lot of cool things to, modern jewelry, cell phones, stuff like that. But more importantly, the opportunity to meet a bunch of cool people and learn from some of the best in the business who metal detect on the beach. And, whether if you live in the middle of the country, I think these guys can bring you a lot of different information that would really make it beneficial to you wherever you live, whether it's tourist beach, whether it's a river beach or anything like that, setting up your machine or any of that. So we had to let that go last year. We're still working on it. We're tentative for October of this year. We've got to nail down some stuff, and if we can do it, it's going to be small space, probably 100 people, but I think it would be a lot of fun. I think a lot of people could find enjoyment out of it. And if other things go well, we may back it up with the Civil War relic hunt here here outside of Richmond following that. So it could turn into a 5-day event, but right now the Civil War hunt is still waiting on some things to be signed.
Yeah, that's awesome. That'd be another thing I'd have to look forward to. I mean, last time you had that planned, I was thinking about, I could come out there and stay with Charlie and him over on his beach house, you know what I mean? And come on out and see you. And I'm really looking forward to coming out that way. Again, man, just so much desire, so many things, places I want to go. And, I got vacation time, but it's, I got to fit in personal vacation out there with my wife in that thing. I owe her a vacation. We haven't been on a vacation for a little while, and we're really due for one. But like I said, we're trying to buy this house this year, and it's like it's going to make me strapped. You know how it goes.
Oh, I know. Yeah, new houses and life unfortunately takes precedent of that. But hey, man, there's always the Powerball, right? We could always win the Powerball, and we could just have. I don't know.
See, now I got another invitation to go to St. Croix in the U.S. Virgin Islands. Oh my goodness.
We'll go tomorrow. I will pack the family up. How do they do with the 2-year-old? She would be fine on the beach.
Yeah. Yeah. Just dig a big pit, big tall walls, put her in the middle of it.
That's a good idea. Yeah. And just your own little village, you just stay in there.
That's it. Yeah, Merrill's trying to reconnect. We've got Merrill coming on with Metal Detecting NYC. He's trying to reconnect on his phone. So hopefully he gets that worked out. He was going to come on and talk about some good stuff. So I appreciate you hanging in there with us, Matt. Do you have another item with you? Did you have another item prepared, or was that it?
Yeah, actually, you know what? I probably can pull something.
All right. Hey, we're playing a little game called What the Beep. Each one of my guests is bringing items with them. Kind of put Matt on the spot here. I think he had 3 prepared.
Yeah, definitely got me on the spot.
All right.
I got enough stuff floating around here, though.
Yeah, look at all that stuff in the back. I'm sure you can grab something. And what I want to do is, if you're just joining us, I'm in DK with Adventures in Dirt. This is my 2-hour segment for the 24-hour live stream happening today. Ambient Girl Digs is coming up next. Awesome. We just heard from We Dig It. He was smoking some ribs, doing a great job there from St. Croix of the U.S. Virgin Islands. Appreciate Gene and the other Gene over there. Great job, guys. What do you got, Matt?
So I got this little item here. Right? It's not going to be super easy to read, but I'll read it to you. It says Parker, 1904, Davis, Washington on it. So we'll get pretty specific on this.
Yeah, you put in your guesses. Try to be as specific as possible.
Yeah, this one's pretty easy for most folks. So it says Parker, 1904, Davis, and then Washington on it. So pretty cool. Found in the middle of a field. Nothing really associated to it. Just a big bean field, probably a couple hundred acres. Just wandering around completely aimlessly, for lack of better words.
We've got some guesses coming in. Mama's Gone Detecting says Telegraph Pole Tag. Belinda Hughes saying good morning to everyone. Jeff Buckley says Pickers Tag. Gabriel Barlow says Old Dog Tag. Dog Tag. Soldiers Tag says Drum Detect. Railroad Luggage Tag says Nancy over at Ambient Girl Digs. Train Tag says Drum Detect. A store advertising watch fob says Kay's digging it. And so I'm going to go ahead and add Merrill here too. I think he's back on. But people keep guessing here. Put that up again, Matt.
There we go. There he is.
Okay, look at that. Let me see. Go ahead, Merrill. Say something.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, a little bit. You're a little light. If you can turn that up, that'd be great.
Hello.
Yeah, excellent.
Spout.
All right. Slave Tag says Marvin Schabacher.
Not a slave tag. This is actually, it is a watch fob, and Parker and Davis ran as a combination crew for what office?
Matt, my name is not Fob.
He may need his headphones.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you have earbuds for your phone, Merrill?
Here's the thing. I got the new iPhone. And it doesn't take.
Oh, he's got the new iPhone.
Oh, so it doesn't take that. You need an adapter. Dun dun dun.
Okay.
My goodness.
Hey, tell him to come over here. This is what you need.
That's what you need right there. I got one of those too. I'm missing it right now. It's driving me nuts. Those things disappear all the time. Hey, Merrill, what you up to? Thanks for coming on and being a guest here at Adventures in Dirt. I appreciate you taking the time out of your morning. I know you said it was your daughter's birthday. Happy birthday to your daughter. And thanks for coming on with us. I hope people can hear you okay.
Yeah, if you guys can't hear, what I'm going to try to do, I think I had to update my computer. I think that's what the issue was. It's updating right now. And
Yeah.
If you can't hear with the screen, I'm going to restart. And we can try with that, and I can plug in the headphones then.
Excellent.
Just rock with it. That's the other option.
We can just roll with it too.
Roll with it.
Yeah, people can hear you. A little bit of an echo, so I don't know if you have something in the background that's also playing.
Oh, that's me.
Oh, is that you? So, he's hearing you through your mic. All right. Let me get rid of this full screen. Merrill, how you doing, man? What have you been up to? You've been digging the shoreline. You've been digging inland. Tell us what you've been up to lately.
Yeah, I've been. January was a good month. February we were frozen out a bit, and I've just been getting out when I can and trying to stop the trash pandas. And Matt knows about that. So,
Oh,
Okay, wait. Stop. Hold it. What did you just say? The trash pandas. All right.
Last year it was the cat guys. This year, trash pandas.
Trash pandas.
And it's more of a threat. It's a lot more of a threat. It's a big problem because I look at it this way. Last year, by the way, just a disclaimer for anybody who's listening. I don't believe a word that I'm just saying. Just as a disclaimer, Merrill is slightly normal. But last year, we you know, the antagonists with the cat gods who were plotting to blow up the sun if I did not fill a box with silver specifically pulled from New York. This year, the threat is bigger because if we lose the sun, it just goes dark, it gets a little bit cold. I guess the ground would freeze, but we can still do beaches. Here's the thing: the moon explodes. That means there's no more low tides, none. And
No.
we couldn't. It's a bigger threat this year. So Matt and I are teaming up, and between the two of us, we have to pull 50 gold rings this year.
What? How many?
50. They're ruthless.
Or the moon is gone?
I got two, and Matt, how are you doing with that?
Matt,
Yeah.
how are you
50
doing with rings?
I got 0. I got 0.
Come on, guys.
But I'm gonna tell the pressure is there. Trust me, I know.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna pull out all the stops. I got new places. I got places I haven't even dreamed about. It's gonna be good.
Do you guys realize that the fate of every beach detectorist is in your hands?
Oh,
Because if we lose the moon, there goes beach
Game
detecting.
over. It's game,
Game
over.
over.
No more visibility diving.
yeah,
None of it. None of it.
we feel that pressure.
Bull sharks in every river. It's the end.
Those friggin' trash pandas, man.
Yeah.
It's damn those trash pandas. I'm telling you.
You know what it is they have opposable thumbs. They can push buttons.
Yeah.
Hey, Nick Haas wants to know if the trash pandas will accept gold-plated rings.
No.
That's a great question.
No.
I don't think
They have their own test kits. They know.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, that's right. Test kits.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man.
It's a big problem.
What do you guys? Well, come on, guys. You got to get on it. Like, what's your game plan? Like, what? I mean, you're not like I saw you trying to trick the cat gods and all that stuff. Those trash pandas aren't going to go for that kind of stuff.
No.
Oh, I don't know. I'm yet to make contact with them yet. The cat gods were a little bit easier when I found out that the cat gods were my children trying to trick me. But this one seems legit. This one seems totally legit, and it's just a matter of digging in the right places and having a little bit of luck, and hopefully we can. And I hope they don't want the rings after this. I mean, if you spend so much time pulling it and handing over rings to a bunch of raccoons, I mean, that's just.
Well, I'm telling you, we got another super chat in from Mr. Marmel. I want to thank you for that. I really appreciate that. I don't know if it's going to help with the trash pandas, but Adventures in Dirt, we're going to try and use that to some type of good. I don't know if I can try to help you guys supplement somehow. I'll be thinking about it and thinking about ways I can assist you guys in that. Somebody wants to know if you can explain what a trash panda is. You tell them a little bit more about these trash pandas?
Yeah. Matt, do you want to start that?
Do you want me to? Oh, so imagine they look very similar to raccoons, but they've kind of got a bandit looking face. They'll come out of garbage, refuge places, and just attack. They live in the trash. They love it. But they also love shiny things. They just bring them back to their houses. They store them. They play with them with their little opposable hands. They're intelligent. It's trash panda, I think.
Yeah. Hey, Merrill, how are they going to, like, their whole connection with the moon? How's that coming about?
So I'm going to send you a video. I don't know if you can, it'll explain everything, but it's a very short musical video, and it explains that they found this missile launcher, and basically, if we don't come up with the goods, bye moon.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you could play that. I know I'm struggling with the stream, or I'm the one causing the trouble on the stream.
Let me see. You've put it on your channel. How long is the video?
2 minutes, but you whoa, mute.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
Hmm.
But it's it'll explain everything with the trash pandas.
Yeah. Let me see. Is it on your channel?
Oh, I'm gonna send it to you in Facebook right
Oh,
now.
gotcha. Perfect. I'll see if I can pull it up. Yeah. So while we're waiting for that, we're all rooting for you. I mean, I'm not a beach detectorist here in Colorado since we're landlocked, but I have plans to go beach detecting. And if we lose the moon, I mean,
Yeah.
we almost lost the sun last year, and by sheer genius, we were able to trick those cat gods into getting it done.
Well, that's the thing about this this little bit of what we're doing here. You don't have to be beach detectors.
Yeah.
All it has to be is where you can go out and find gold rings where you live. And I think that's the part that me and Merrill are kind of talking about, right? It doesn't really matter.
As detectorists, we should all do our part.
That's
Absolutely. And for the record, I don't believe one word that I just said. So
Yeah. You know what, Merrill, I'm not going to be able to pull that off. I haven't figured out a way on this StreamYard to play videos with sound for some reason. I knew I had to use Chrome, but for some reason it's not going to work, man.
No worries. No worries. Yeah.
Hey, let's play a round of What the Beep. Were you able to pull some kind of item together with you to maybe show the audience, see if they could figure out what it is? And for those of you just joining us, our guests today are all going to show you some item that is not so obvious when you look at it what it is. And I want to see if you guys can guess what it is. So get ready, chat room, and go ahead, Merrill.
All right. I have 4 objects here. Let's start out with probably the most difficult. You're not going to be able to get a good picture on this. It's got George Washington on the front. It's got an eagle on the back. Anybody want to guess?
It's got an eagle on the back and George Washington on the front.
And
Okay, what do you guys think?
It's round.
It's round.
Yeah.
It's round. It's round.
George Washington on the front.
George Washington on the front, eagle on the back. Yeah. What do you guys think?
Russ?
Somebody's saying Civil War token, President token. It's a quadra, says Indiana Tones. It's a dollar coin. Oh, look at that. It's a quadra. Look at that shirt. Perfect. It's a cat god toy. It's a quadra, clad quadra. What do you think? We got some winners in there?
We got some winners.
We got some winners.
It's a quarter.
It's a quadra.
Yep.
Cool. What else you got for us?
All right. So this thing.
Okay, there we go. What do you guys think that is? It's round. Looks like it's got some kind of shiny thing. You might be able to see through it a little bit. There you go. What's the backside look like? There you go. It's got some divots. There you go. I know it's hard to find a camera on those phones, huh? You're like, oh, there it is over there. Yeah. What do you guys think that is? What do you guys think? Okay, here comes some guesses. Kay's digging it, says bike reflector. Mark Thomas, bike reflector. 2 membership supporters here at Adventures in Dirt. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Old Time Reflector says 5280 Adventures. Mama Gone Detecting, bike reflector. Railroad sign reflector. Yeah, let me see. Light from a board, reflector, bike reflector, paperweight. We got any good guesses yet, Merrill?
Paperweight.
Paperweight. Yeah. Laser reflecting beam for the old cat god efforts.
Yes.
Something like that. That's my guess. Stop sign reflector. Okay, what do you think? Pull tab reflector. That's a good one. What do you think, Merrill?
Let's put it this way. I'm a big fan of the Facebook group ID Me. And those all sound, the reflector, that sounds very, that was in tune with what was put
Did you post it on ID Me?
Yeah. Oh, way back. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, and just for you that don't know, that's a great group. If you go on Facebook and just do a search for ID space ME, it's a great Facebook group to where you can post any of your items that you don't know what it is, and they help you out. Tons of people put in their helps and do research. It's absolutely great. So I want to encourage you all just to go search them up. Awesome. And Merrill, so what have you been up to? Where, instead of trying to plan your assault on how you and Matt are going to try to save our precious moon that affect our tides and affect beach hunters everywhere, Tell us a little about what you've been up to.
Well, being serious, I'm trying to find that balance because this is my outlet. Detecting is my outlet, and I love it. And then there's the goal aspect. You want to get better with it. You want to master many machines. I have something like 16 now. I went a little bit crazy last year. I started a website called irate metaldetectors.com. Get it? Irate.
Yeah.
Yep. And basically, I am adding my feedback on these detectors on that site. I'm trying to build that. But it's a matter of going out, finding that. I always use the analogy of tachometer. If you're going, it's the thing on your driver. What do we call it? I was going to say windshield. No. What's the thing in the car? Jeez, right behind the steering wheel, dashboard.
Yeah, dashboard.
There we go. I can talk. I swear.
There you go.
It's a thing in the dashboard that says if your engine is revving hot, or if it's how many RPMs. And what I strive to be at, because I'm somebody who can really start pushing, and then that's when it stops getting fun. It's the way that I'm wired, and I think there's people that can relate. I've seen people write comments like, I get that. I'm trying to stay in that area of the tachometer that is steady growth without overheating. So I think at the end of last year, I was like trying to fill that box so bad, even though I totally am aware that there was no cat gods. I was still, you set a goal and you get it. But this year's a little bit more woosah, although I do want to get that goal with the rings. So finding that balance, letting it be fun, and letting it be. If you don't feel like detecting after a certain amount of time, just let it be.
Yeah. Well, we've been enjoying coming along for the ride on your channel, man. It's been absolutely a pleasure to watch not only the great content you put out, but watching you grow as a YouTube channel. I started watching when you first came on, and you kind of came on the scene, and to see you grow the way you have has been really, really fun. I subbed to all these channels, and anytime I see a channel kind of grow exponentially and kind of create a great following and great audience around them. And I think you've done that, and I think you've grown a very unique audience around you, which is awesome. Sometimes that's pretty unique. I've seen certain channels really kind of start to break out, and they do that by creating a very unique audience, right? And I see you doing that, and it's really fun to watch. I always root on channels. I'm a big fan of YouTube channels around metal detecting, of course, because of my weekly show, and my channel's kind of turned into when I created that show, The Weekly Dirt. It's really become sort of a promotional engine for kind of a, supporting and advertising our hobby by showing all these channels and stuff. And absolutely a lot of fun to watch, man. So congratulations with that.
Thank you so much. Yeah, no, it's been fun. I love doing the premieres. It's so much fun doing the premieres because you get.
Do you enjoy that?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's like if you spend time cooking a meal, you want to see people enjoy it, and you get to interact with the people that watch the videos, and you get the feedback, you get to see their reactions. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Hey, a special shout out to Mark. He's off to help stop the trash bandits, those trash pandas. He gave me super chat. Appreciate that, Mark. Special shout out to you. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate that. If you're off, good to see you. Tune in all day. We've got stuff going on all day here at the 24-hour live streaming event. We got Ambient Girl Digs coming up next at 10 o'clock. Should be a lot of time, 10 o'clock Eastern. So make sure you tune in for that. Merrill, we got about another minute. I want to thank you for coming on. I'm sorry we cut you a little short. You had a little technical difficulties there in the front. We got that worked out. I appreciate you giving me a little bit of your time today. I know you said you had your daughter's Gabby's birthday. A happy birthday to her. And you guys enjoy your day. You're welcome to hang out here through my next guest coming on through the end of the show if you'd like, or you're welcome to bow out, whatever you like to care to do. Mark, and a special shout out to Matt at Gone Digging. He had to bail, but wanted to wish you well and say he's looking forward to this year of stopping those trash pandas with you and gaining those gold rings. What's the goal again? What do you guys got to get to?
You got to get to 50.
50, combined 50.
Combined 50.
Wow. Well, we'll be rooting you on, man. So everyone, special mojo, whatever you got to do, special gold ring dance. You know, if you guys got any kind of voodoo stuff going on, any kind of mojo you want to send to Merrill and Matt at Gone Digging, please do that. They got to find those rings this year or we're going to lose that moon. Absolutely great. It's going to be fun to watch. We're at the beginning of the year. You guys just might do it, man. I've got confidence in you.
2 down, and we got 48 to go.
Excellent. You want to hang out or are you going to go bail and get ready for that birthday party?
Can you guys hear me okay? I just got a text from my friend Rob, and he said to turn up my volume.
Yeah. You've been low the whole time, but I can hear you, at least on my headphones. And I haven't heard any comments saying that you're just extremely low. So I think people can hear you a little bit, but I think you were a little low.
Okay, I'll hang out for a few minutes. I'll say hi to Nancy, and then I'll head to the birthday party.
Yeah, you're welcome to leave anytime you like. But I do want to thank you, Merrill. I appreciate your friendship and your willingness to come on here and help support me here at Adventures in Dirt in this live stream.
Right back at you.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, hang on the side. Hey, I'm going to bring to the show here, for those of you just joining me on DK with Adventures in Dirt, we're part of this 24-hour live stream put on by Paul at American Woodwind Relics and Nancy right there at Ambient Girl Digs. I do want to, in between my guests, I just wanted special thanks to everyone that wished me some well wishes and concern while I was sort of suffering this last week with this special nerve thing that I got going on. But I'm feeling much better, and I do want to thank everyone that sent me words of well wishes. It really touched me. It really was heartfelt. A lot of people reached out, and boy, I tried to respond to everybody because I just really appreciate it. It really brought up my spirits. A great community, right? Everyone put down in the comments, isn't this a great community? It's a great community of metal detectors. So everyone supports each other. It's just great. So, but here's what I want to do. I want to bring on my next guest here. He's been patiently waiting in the green room, and I appreciate it. It's my digging buddy. Welcome, Tony, with 5280 Adventures. Tony, how you doing?
I'm doing well, Ken. How are you, buddy?
Doing great. Hey, let's get out and dig, man. Are you about ready? Boy, we've been down in the trenches.
I am more than ready. It's been eating at me. I've got all my machines right out in the garage over here, and they're just calling me. Like every day I hear them. I walk past them. I'm like, come take me out digging. Come take me out digging. It's been way too long. Way too long.
It is. I know that we've all been doing some research. We've all got some new prospects coming in. Boy. Go ahead. What's that? Merrill says, how long has it been, Tony?
I bet I haven't been out since October.
Yeah. Could you imagine, Merrill? My gosh.
But things are different here in Colorado. I mean, once that ground, it gets cold and the ground freezes and it's frozen till March. So, it'll start thawing out in the good spots that have the sun exposure. But, even on those shade sides, it'll be a while. It's still frozen out there. It's hard.
I swear, I've wanted to patent a shovel that somehow heats. I probably melt my boot, but I'm waiting for that invention to happen because I sure as heck.
Well, we'll all buy them here in Colorado. I can tell you that.
Oh yeah, we'll use them.
Hey, and I'm telling you, Tony's got this monster shovel. What's that shovel you have, Tony? It's a beast.
Oh, the Gravedigger Nemesis. If you guys haven't seen that, he is he's a small business out in, ironically, out in North Olmsted, Ohio, which is where my family is from. They've lived in North Olmsted for 70 years at least. And I met him. He's out of North Olmsted, Ohio. He builds these incredible shovels. Gravedigger Tools is the website, and I got the Nemesis. And this thing, it doesn't bend, it doesn't flex. This thing is amazing. It's a little bit heavy, but it gets through that heavy compacted dirt, and it is amazing.
I'm telling you. So listen to that. Gravedigger and Nemesis. Like, you just can picture it, right? Like, there's not a better name in the world, like, to get through the dirt. And he can't even stick it in the ground here in Colorado sometimes. Yeah. It gets that hard. and it really shuts everything down.
Yeah.
That's the hardest part. I mean, if we get up in the mountains into the pine droppings and
underneath.
amongst the pine trees, that's beautiful. But
Yep, absolutely. But we got to get out soon. I know. Beth is in the chat here as well, and she said, "Let's go." That's all that needs to happen. The three of us, all at one time, just say, "Okay, let's go," and that's it. We go.
Yeah, I feel lucky because I'm up north in Colorado, and Tony and Beth are down south. My digging partners there, and they've gotten on an area where they're doing a lot of research down south there. And I know they always say all the time that they feel sorry for me because I have to do this hour-and-a-half drive down to see them. But I'm telling you, some of the properties they're finding that are putting us on, it's well worth it. I really never, ever bothers me ever to come make that trip. I just get up in the morning, grab my coffee, hit the road, beautiful drive on that back 470 highway. And it's it's an excellent property. I'm telling you. So, and we've been finding some cool, like I never thought in Colorado I'd ever find any Civil War area items because Colorado really started around 1850 with pioneers and soldiers coming into the area to establish these military forts to help protect all the push west. That
Against the Indians.
And to defend against the Indians and some of that. And to find, we got on a camp last year. We actually got on a mini Union camp, and to find those things, and people are like, well, they weren't Civil War soldiers. What they were, I mean, the soldiers here fought down in the Battle of Glorieta Pass against Confederates, and there was some battles here in Colorado, not as glamorous as some of the Antietam and stuff like that, but they were here. They were Union soldiers. They dropped things, and we were able to find them. You taking off, Merrill?
Yeah, I gotta go to the.
All right, Merrill.
Merrill.
I'm going to ask about Colorado digging, but to be continued in the near future. I look forward to.
Yeah, I'd love to have you on some future live streams. I'll hit you up for that. Happy birthday to Gabby. You have yourself a great day. Thanks for coming on with me, Merrill.
Take care, buddy.
He's a great guy, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, we're getting ready to roll here in Colorado. I think we've got some 60s, and we might hit 70 degrees this next week.
Yeah, it's around the corner. It's going to thaw out. We'll still have those, a couple spots that are in the shade, most of the day. They'll still be really frozen, but we'll get in those fields. We'll get on it. It's just around the corner. I was looking back at all my files and all my old videos and things like that, and March is right when we start hitting it. So it's the first week of March. I bet we're out there a couple weeks. We'll be out there.
Hey, for the people that don't know about your channel, some people might be just seeing you for the first time. I can't imagine it, but why don't you go ahead and tell us a little about 5280 Adventures?
Yeah.
What you're all about, what kind of things you like to find, what you swing with, that kind of stuff.
Sure. Out here in Colorado, doing metal detecting out here in Colorado. And mostly we're out there looking for relics. We don't do a lot of, Ken is my digging buddy, of course. So we do some door knocking every once in a while, but mostly we're just kind of about the older sites that are generally homesteads that are like no longer there. We're trying to get back to those 1850s, 1860s, like Ken was describing there when we really started building this territory up with those new pioneers coming out here. So that's what we're out there doing. I swing Garrett machines. I've got 3 of them right now. And I'm all about the Garrett. So if you've got questions about Garrett machines, if I don't know the answer, I'll either make it up or I'll find you the answer. So reach out to me. You can find me on YouTube. Branching out now. So Facebook, Instagram, starting out on TikTok now. So look me up there. Even started posting some videos up on Rumble. If you guys have been on that new, it's kind of like another YouTube type site. So, and I think that's pretty much it. So, yeah.
Yep. We got some Coloradans joining us here in the chat. We got Thornton Streeter wants to say hi from Loveland, just north of me.
There we go.
About 15 minutes. I'm actually in Longmont there, Thornton Streeter. Wanted to say hi to Rocky Mountain Life Prospecting. Yep. Him and I have hooked up lately. We've been chatting with each other. Maybe we'll get a chance to get together and dig with him sometime.
Absolutely.
This season. That'd be awesome. But yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in to this 24-hour live stream. What do you think about that, Tony?
It's crazy. I was heading into work when Paul kicked it off last night. And so I popped in real quick because he had come up, said, he's live. So I jumped on there. So I'm going to try and watch as much as I can. I worked, how much did I work? 12, 14 hours last night. And rolled in the door, turned on the computer, and then all of a sudden you're like streaming me in here. So pretty incredible stuff. It's been fun to see everybody talking, and it's getting me in the mood to go dig. I'll tell you that.
It definitely is. We've been gearing up, and it's like it's such an addiction that you feel like you're wanting to get out.
Yeah.
I was in such bad shape last week, but I still wanted to get out. Like I would have dealt with all the pain I was dealing with, and just like grimace and just like be swinging my detector if I would have had the chance. But
it probably would have made you feel better to get your mind off it for a second.
It would have.
Yeah.
Hey, do you happen to have those cross sabers that you found somewhere handy that you can show?
I do.
Listen, I'm telling you guys. Before he shows this, we were on this camp. We were on this camp, and we were searching, and we were finding evidence of this camp, right? These Civil War soldiers camp. We never knew the company that was there. We were trying to identify it. We knew someday we would find some kind of object that would identify what company and what soldiers were coming through there. And we had like the soldiers that were here were like involved in the terrible Sand Creek massacre, and they were involved with all this terrible stuff with Colonel Shivington and some of his exploits,
tactics there,
questionable tactics for sure. and we're actually in this area that tied to a lot of Colorado history, and it's amazing. And Tony, I'm at work one day, and Tony does this FaceTime thing on the phone where he's calling me from the field. And Tony and Beth could always get out during the weekday because of their job schedules, and I never can. But when you got digging partners and it doesn't matter who finds what, you get just as excited for them. He FaceTimes me one day and he shows me these items, and I am shaking in my office and whooping and hollering, and all my coworkers are looking at me. Show them what you found, Tony.
Well, you knew as soon as, because you knew we were going out, because we always check in with each other, let each other know, hey, we're going over here, we're going to be there today, whatever. So you knew that as soon as the FaceTime with my picture came on, I don't think it maybe beeped once, and you were already connecting to it. You knew what was going on there.
That's right.
So, like Ken said, we were just trying to, I guess, maybe identify more specifically. We knew generally who was in the area, but we're looking more for specifics. So, the first thing that I dug, and I'll put this up here, the first thing came out was the letter B. And that has to do with the company letter B. And that goes back to the cavalry.
Yeah.
So that came out first, and I just started questioning it. I wasn't quite sure. I thought I knew what it was, but I was just kind of questioning if that legitimately was exactly what I thought it was.
Mm-hmm.
And I had FaceTimed Ken with the letter B. Or no, actually, I texted you the letter B. And then you had said, well, this is what you're going to be looking for. You're going to be looking for the cross sabers and a number, and that was on the cavalry hat. And I got off the phone, put my phone away, re-swung back over the hole again, and got another target like 6 inches away. And that's when those cross sabers came out.
And amazing.
I tell you what, I legitimately started crying. And I'm proud to say that, because it meant so much to me, that history. And even though Ken wasn't there, he was still a part of it, because he said, this is what you're looking for next. And I tell you, I don't know if it was the good vibes coming from Ken, but as soon as I dug it, I knew exactly what it was, because he had told me that 30 seconds prior to it. Yeah. So,
and it's rare here in Colorado. I mean, I know back east where they're digging Civil War sites, they find stuff like that, and they're great finds back there, but they have the opportunity to find them all the time. In Colorado, that's like a white whale. It's like unheard of to find stuff like that. It's very rare. I mean, they do find them. I know Jeff's found a lot. Jeff Lubert has found them here and there, but they're still rare, super rare here. Well, and they helped us narrow it in to who was there.
Yeah, and actually so rare. I mean, I had sent it into, like I said, I swing the Garrett machine, so I had actually sent it into Garrett as well as American Digger Magazine, and right over here I got featured in American Digger Magazine for that find right there. So, and then on top of it, I also have in the display case, if you can see there at the bottom, 11.5-inch seat. And Beth was with me again when I found this. And what that is actually the saddle shield to a cavalry saddle that's issued to the U.S. Cavalry. And so they kind of grouped it all together. I'm just looking for the number now, but to have a complete set there. But that was all kind of grouped together for the cavalry, and then it just reinforces that we had been digging and actually found an old U.S. cavalry camp. And then from there, we're able to do a lot more research and really dive into exactly what they were doing when they were coming through that area, where they were going, all those different things. And it just opened up a whole world. So, what we're looking for now is a something very specific to a specific soldier. Because now we can identify exactly what unit they were in and everything. And that would just be absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing.
We started it off with Beth finding that first eagle button.
Yep.
And she named the property the Button House, right?
The Button House, yeah.
The Button House, because she found a single eagle button.
Single button.
And then she got us involved in it. We went back there, started scouring the area, and we just started popping. Like, I remember that one hunt where it was just like, we left our detectors on, no headphones, because we're out in the middle of this huge ranch field. Mm-hmm. And, we're hearing each other's detectors go off, and it'd be like, another button, and it'd be like, go running. And it'd be like a bullet, and we go running. Yep. And what were the bullets we found? Like, that started it. Once we found those bullets we knew we were on a cavalry site.
So those were the star bullets, and I can't remember. I think they're 5250 or 5450 Spencer or star carbine bullets, and we were finding them. And in fact, I just had a YouTube short video come out where it was I had found 5 bullets on the hunt, and it's probably the hunt that you're talking about, actually, but all on the same site, all on the same day, 5 star bullets, and I had never seen them before, never heard of them before. You always hear about the Spencer or mini balls, like those kind of different things, but then going back and finding it and then being able to go do the research on it, holy cow, absolutely amazing, incredible. And then on top of it, we found, just that site produced so many different relics. It wasn't just, I found an infantry button. You found, I got to tell a quick, maybe you can tell the quick story about this. You are on your hands and knees. Your detector's not even on, I don't think. And you've got your pinpointer and you're scouring the ground here. And you're like, I got another one. And they were rusted. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Super tiny.
Yeah. Yeah, and I haven't released a video on that yet. It's actually still in my editing thing, and I don't mind talking about it.
Okay.
Yeah, I found, so we're finding underwear buttons, eagle buttons, and the eagle buttons we're finding in this sandy, loam soil. It's perfectly preserved, man. I'm telling you, they are in such good shape. People would just not even believe what good a shape they're in. Eagle buttons.
In Colorado with the soil.
And then I come upon a spill of those and then a bunch of needles, like Civil War era needles from like 1860s, little tiny needles that they were so thin and there were just so many of them. It had to be a sewing kit from some soldier that dropped and the cloth probably disintegrated. Mm-hmm. But I was holding it up to the light. Remember, all 3 of us are looking as close as we could look. And all of a sudden, I think it was you or Beth was like, I see a hole. I see a hole.
There's a hole in the end. I think that's a needle. Oh my gosh.
That's right.
And I just remember that. And it sounds, it can be, people can think it's ridiculous. I remember that feeling of you searching for that. Yeah. And going, these are needles from a soldier that was sewing these buttons back on these uniforms. Just the story that goes to that, and it's so insignificant, but to you and I and Beth as well, it means so much because it's that history and the story that goes along with it, and it's that full story of that site as well. And
the fact that they were preserved all those years from the 1850s, 1860s, and still intact and still sharp, they're rusted like crazy, but they're not falling apart yet. And some of them were broken, but I found like 5 or 6 that were still intact. It was just crazy.
Absolutely amazing. Absolutely.
Hey, quick question coming from Eulela. Wants to know, 528 Adventures, do you ever hunt the old ghost mining town? Thanks for your question. I was glad to get to it there.
Yeah. Yes. Ken and I have been up in the mountains quite a few times. And the hard part about that kind of stuff, though, is private land and then mining claims. So you definitely, we've been up to a couple different sites and actually been pretty successful. But you just have to be really, really careful of the private property. And then, and I didn't even think about it, but the mining rights that people own, you're actually taking something from the ground that's not a good thing. So you just need to be real careful of that. But absolutely, I mean, great history. That's what our state was built on, was silver mining, copper. Well, not so much copper, gold, those kind of things. But I love hunting those.
Yeah, I mean, when people pushed west in the expansion, a lot of them came out here to start heading to California in 1849 for the gold rush.
Yep.
For the 49ers over there. And they started heading that way. And then when they got to Colorado, they realized that they were discovering gold here in the Rocky Mountains. And Denver was being established, and there's mining camps. So a lot of the Civil War soldiers came after the war ended, came this way to try to strike it rich, as did many of the pioneers pushing west. Decided they didn't want to take on those mountains, crossing those mountains to get to when they were finding gold here. And so a lot of them just joined up with these camps, silver camps, gold mining camps. And so we can find Civil War era stuff there, like buttons and stuff, because a lot of them would bring their uniforms with them, and they would, like I remember Tony and I were hunting a Civil War or a silver camp, I think it was one time, and we're up there and had every right to be there. And remember when we found that foundation? It's like when you find those foundations, which are hard to find here in Colorado.
Yep.
We were just like, whoa, check it out, foundations.
We had our backpacks on, we're walking down the road, and we're like, let's just kind of go up this hill and look a little bit. We're up through the trees. There's no path, no defined path. And all of a sudden you push through the trees and there's just this foundation right there. And ironically, I found a World War I Army General Service button there, from the 19 teens.
Yeah.
I think, let's see, there was a Wheatie, an axe head, just some interesting things. But yeah, just to be able to find that kind of, protected in all these trees and everything, and it was really cool.
Right. And I know you're just getting off of work and stuff. You just came home. You said you didn't have a lot of time to grab an item for our game we've been playing today.
Yeah.
Is that still the case? Were you not able to grab that?
I've got 3 items.
All right. Hey, everyone in the chat, let's play a quick game I like to call What the Beep. I know there's a channel out there called that. Great channel. But a little game we call What the Beep today, at least on this live stream. Tony's going to show us an item that is not so easily recognizable, or maybe it is. You tell me in the chat if you think you can identify this item. Go ahead, Tony. Let me make you large here. Go for it.
So over the late fall, early winter, I picked up a new hobby, and you'll be able to identify it right away, but I want specifics. Tell me what kind this is specifically. This is my new mount that I just got here. And I want you to tell me what kind of.
Well, that's not a cannonball.
That's not a cannonball.
I don't think it's a sword mount.
No.
Okay, you guys.
Metal detecting. Believe it or not.
All right, everyone, be very specific. What do you think it is? Josh over there at CT Relic Digger says female mallard. Let me see who else is a winged teal. Says American Woodwind Relics. It's coming in 5. That's a teal, green winged teal, says Eulela. Come on, guys, give me your hunt here. It's not a pig. Mark Thomas says mallard. Marty Verstahl says mallard hen. Got to be specific.
This will give it away right here.
There you go, just right there.
Right in there.
It's not a mustache. A dark winged duck, says Benzo Gold. That's right. It's not Daffy. Not Daffy.
I will say that we do have a winner there.
All right, good. What do you say? What do you think it is?
It's a green winged teal hen, and that was the first duck that I've ever taken. So it's not that big of a deal. It wasn't even in full colors or anything like that. But I shot it so early in the season, it hadn't had a chance yet to really plume out and get its beautiful colors. But it's the first duck I ever shot, so I had to have it mounted. I just got it back. I'm going to get it put up on my wall and stuff. So I think it was, did you say Eulela?
Layla got it pretty good.
Eulela,
Yeah.
green wing teal.
Nailed it.
Hen.
Yeah.
Yep, that's the hen. So
CT Relic Digger was close. He said taxidermy.
no, you're not wrong.
Not wrong, but
all right,
you get a little more
wanted to
specific.
Share that with you. I'm going to start out really easy on this one.
All right, here we go. Here's another one, guys. What the beep?
What the beep? What the beep is this thing?
Okay, it's not a duck. It's not a mallard.
It's got a hole. It's got a hole in there.
All right. We'll wait for these. There's a little bit of a delay, so we'll wait till these start coming in. What do you guys think that is? And I haven't seen these. I don't know if I can actually play the game. I think I got a guess at that. I may have been there when you dug that. Duck call, Ford cap.
You can't. It doesn't blow. No.
Gabriel Ballard says Model T cap. Screwdriver says 508 magnets. Model T valve stem cap says PA relic hunters.
See, we're getting there.
Nancy Girl says Ambient Girl digs says value stem. Pill bottle says Thornton Streeter.
Pill bottle, no.
Screwdriver cap. Sure looks like a screwdriver cap.
It does.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that, but it looks just like that.
Marty Verstahl says Schrader valve stem cover. It's threaded on the inside?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
We do have some really good answers there.
What do you say?
It is a valve stem cover. I just don't know if it's a Model T or a Model A. One of the two. But really cool piece of history right there. These things, a lot of people find these things usually smashed. This one's actually whole.
Yeah. Hey, tell the story about what we found out about smashed shell casings.
Yeah,
shell casings.
Cartridges. So we're out digging at this camp, and then in the general area itself, we had found a couple different areas that also were recovering some older things, and we continue to find smashed cartridges. Generally, they're the Spencer cartridge, and we can get into more specifics about who made them and things like that, which I love doing the research on. But and actually, I think I might even have. Here we go, something like this. So this is obviously a rifle cartridge, and it's been smashed. It's been pinched, and we just find tons of these things.
Tons of them.
Always smashed. Very, very rare would you find one that's actually whole. And what we had heard, or Ken had found out, or someone had told us, or something, was what happened was when the in the 1860s and things like that, when after they would fire them and extract the cartridge and they would go on the ground, they would walk around and step on them, so the Indians wouldn't be able to go back and refill them and reuse them.
Yeah, how about that?
Pretty interesting stuff right there.
Pretty interesting.
Yeah, and I still love picking them up and everything. That I just think they're so cool. I mean, this one has a counter stamp of JG on it, and that you can do the research, and it's pretty interesting about those kind of things.
Love them when they have marks on them and you can go research them. I mean,
yes,
it's always exciting. Or I remember we had that one that was SAW. You just released a video on that. Said SAW. We didn't know if it was WVS or something like that. We didn't know which side was up. And what did you end up finding out that one was? That SAW?
One was, you put me on the spot now.
Yeah, it wasn't Smith & Wesson. It was the
Sage Ammunition Works.
That's right.
It wasn't Smith & Wesson. We thought it was Smith & Wesson, but it was actually the Sage Ammunition Works. Yeah. Another interesting story. Just really cool to be able to go back and research it and learn the history of it.
Yeah.
And then find it out here in Colorado. My gosh.
Yeah.
Kay's digging it.
Kay's digging it. Yeah, go for it. Kay guessed earlier and she got it on the button. So we only got a couple of minutes left. When did you hit us up with another one?
Real quick, because this one's, if you get this one, then you know your history. So this was also found out in the area that we had searched before. Ken hasn't seen this one in a while, and I don't know if you're going to remember what this is, but I've got this piece right here.
Okay, guys, what do you think?
There we go.
Yep. What do you guys think? You have less than a minute. Come on, let's go. Let's get some guesses going.
On the end there.
All right.
It's tough to do that. What do you guys think on that one?
What do you think? We might be running out of time. See if they can come on. Yep, Ambient Girl Digs is next up. We'll see how it goes. It's a side piece to a rifle.
Okay.
What do you think? Kay got it.
Yep, it's actually a flintlock. It's called a flintlock side plate.
Awesome. That's
Very,
awesome.
very cool. Yep.
Hey, Tony, thanks for joining me today here on my live stream. I appreciate you doing this with me. Appreciate it. Yeah. Any last words before we head out? It's now 8 o'clock in my time. I mean, it's 10 o'clock. Everyone has to head over to Ambient Girl Digs. She put the link in the description. Go over and join her. She's starting her live stream right now. Thanks for joining me here at Adventures in Dirt, part of this 24-hour thing. I put a link up further in the chat for our schedule today. Everyone, have yourself a great day. Tony, thanks, buddy. I'll chat with you here after the stream.
All right.
Everyone head over to Ambient Girl Digs and support her and the rest of the channels coming up here today as part of this 24-hour thing. See y'all. Bye-bye.